Check it. Hey, people.
Hey, before we start, sorry for the lack of images in the video. I just felt that people needed to read these books instead of me just showing the pictures of them. Also, I was kind of too lazy to add pictures, and I talk about a lot of stuff in this video, and I just felt like I needed to get this video out as soon as possible, because it's been too long. But yeah, enjoy the video. Hello! I'm back! It's me, Goody J, and I'm here with part 3, aka the last part of our Diary of a Wimpy Kid series. And we're down to the top 5. Can you believe it? These are the top 5 books, not in any particular order. And we will be talking about them today. Now, I'm sorry that I was on another dry spell of YouTube. You know, I kept saying that I'd do it every week. I'm not going to be consistent. I'm a kid in high school. What do you expect? I can't keep a schedule for myself anyway. I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, just leave a like or subscribe if you haven't. That'd be really cool. Before we begin, if you haven't watched any of the other videos, I suggest you do that. That will be in a little link in the top right corner. But yeah, let's get started. For number 5, we are going to have the first one. Who didn't expect that? I mean, it's right there. It's the first book. You know, we go first book. Yeah, you got top 5. Let's go. In case you don't know what the first book is about, it's basically just about Greg and his life in middle school and how he hates it. And the whole premise of this book is the cheese touch. The Greg Heffley climax is very good at the end. You should definitely read this one. Like, obviously, it's the first book. You gotta know what's going on. But, yeah, that's number 5. For number 4, we have The Deep End. Now, this one is one of the more recent books. This one follows Greg and his family's vacation during the summer. And this is the aftermath of Wrecking Ball, where the Greg Heffley climax sort of leads to what happens in this book. And they take their uncle's camper and they go to this camping place. And it's a really fun book. The ending is absolutely insane and I love it. It's great. And yeah, this one is also definitely a must read. That's why it's in the top 5. Okay, now for number 3. So we've gotten down to the point where it was very hard to choose. Now these 3 books are masterpieces, okay? Like, these are the best 3. I think anybody can say that these are the best 3 books. Now, it was a really tough decision. Like, all of these were really, really close, okay? But I'm gonna have to say number 3 is Rodrick Rules. Just like the movie.
What was General Grant doing on the thermostat?
I have no idea.
No idea.
This book was just out of this world phenomenal. Now, there's the whole Mom Bucks thing where Greg and Rodrick get on this whole Mom Bucks thing where if they do chores, they get Mom Bucks, which is equivalent to actual money. And Rodrick and Greg pull this big scheme where they just buy board games because it's board game money. There's the whole thing where Greg has to perform in the talent show with Scotty. Now, in the movie, it's Greg performing with Rowley because Scotty couldn't make it, but in the book, Greg has to perform with Scotty, which is Rowley's, like, 4th grade friend. And then you've got the whole big finish about being brothers, and this is just a really wholesome book. Definitely a must read, obviously. All of the top 5s are must read. But, yeah, this one gets number 3. Okay, we are down to the last 2 books. Now you can see we have Cabin Fever and we have Long Haul. Really of these are arguably the best 2 in the series. Now, I have to say, it was really tough decision. I couldn't pick, but I had to. It's a ranked video. You have to pick. So, for number 2, I chose Cabin Fever. Now, Cabin Fever follows Greg on his quest for money at the beginning. He really needs money because he gets involved in this big Webkins game thing called like Net Critters or something. And he wants to buy some like clothing for his dog, but he doesn't have enough money for it. So he decides to make his own holiday bazaar. And so basically it was riffing off the idea of his school's holiday bazaar, where they have a bunch of games and prizes and food. And he does it with Rowley, and obviously it fails. And this is all during winter, by the way. And after his whole holiday bazaar plan fails, he then gets snowed in, like very soon after. The book moves very quickly, and we soon see Greg in this sort of survival state where he is just kind of, it's a survival state for Greg, at least, because he doesn't get outside much, you know. And their basement is flooded and they're all snowed in and they have limited food. And there's this one part where Manny cuts off all the heat and electricity to the house and diverts it all to his own room because he doesn't know how to tie his shoes. That was ridiculous. And then there's the whole premise thing of the little baby doll thing that Greg used to have when before his parents had Manny. It was just a great book. I love this book. It's absolutely fantastic, and it's ridiculous too. But yeah, that's number 2. And I don't think you could have guessed, but number 1, we have Long Haul. Now, unlike the movie,
What the heck?
this book is absolutely phenomenal. It's probably this is my favorite Diary of a Wimpy Kid book of all time. I know last video I said that Old School was my favorite, but you know, I changed my mind, obviously. So this one follows Greg and his family going on a road trip. And you know, with the Heffleys, you know how all their books go, there's something crazy that happens. Well, this entire book is just an entire Greg Heffley climax all the way through. There's just so much random things that happen. It's insane. You got Manny winning a pig at the county farm. You've got this whole cross-country race between the Heffleys and the Beardos, which is this other random family that Greg and his family keep encountering everywhere they go. We have this whole scene where there's a seagull that gets in the car and it just messes everything up. It's crazy. And there's this, and that's all during the part where Rodrick has to drive on a bridge because his dad doesn't want to. This is just a phenomenal book. Like I said, phenomenal for like all of these, but this one is truly the top tier Diary of a Wimpy Kid book. This is the epitome of what Diary of a Wimpy Kid is. It was so good, my mom liked it. I mean, if my mom likes the book, then I guess it's a great book. I mean, she was the one who basically banned me from reading Captain Underpants. I mean, understandable, Mom, I get it, yeah. But she does approve of this book, and I think that if it's got a parent's approval, it's 100% got a kid's approval. I mean, you got me, the one with all the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books, saying that this book's amazing. You should totally read this one. Like, if you just had to read this book and none of the other ones, you'd love this series. Like, that's what my mom did. Like, this series is just awesome. And Jeff Kinney, thank you so much for writing these. Like, it's just a huge part of our childhood, like many people's childhoods. And I would just like to say that you created a lot of great childhood memories for me and a lot of my friends. And probably everybody, you know. Well, this video was kind of short. Not really. But thank you for watching my series, if you did. I hope you enjoyed it a lot. I will try to get other series videos in the future, you know, like ranking other things. I know I did a Christmas movie tier list, but like sort of series ranked kind of videos, because I don't really like making long videos. But yeah, I do want to hear your opinions on what your top 5 are, maybe even just your top 3 or your top number 1. Just let me know in the comments. I think that'd be cool. Yeah, make sure to like and subscribe, and stay cool.